Hey guys, what is up? This is Matt Davis me once again. Welcome back to another video game review. This time it is going to be on Gears 5. Now, when it comes to when it comes to the Gears of War series, I'm not going to be reviewing the multiplayer because I don't really come into games like this in terms of multiplayer because I don't know. It's just multiplayer really isn't my thing. I don't have Xbox Live at the moment. Um, because that's really where I come to play games. I'm more of a single player guy, although I do enjoy games like Overwatch and Titanfall 2. I really enjoy multiplayer for that, but I didn't have Xbox Live at the moment, but I'm just gonna be reviewing the single player campaign. That's what I did for the last 4 games, so I'm gonna be doing it here as well. Now in Gears 5, you play as a woman named Kate, and she keeps having visions of stuff that has happened in her past, and from there, she tags along with JD Phoenix from the last game, and in the first couple of hours, you play as him, then you get to play as Kate, and from there, like I said before, she has various visions. Her mother has died, and of course, she tags along with JD Phoenix and Dell and people like that. And from there, it's a bloody, violent war fest against the COG. And from there on out, of course, her and the army of the Delta Squad have to, of course, stop these bad guys once again. Now, when it comes to the Gears of War series, I love this series, okay? I love the original trilogy for the Xbox 360. It's one of my favorite franchises of all time. And when it comes to, Xbox video game franchises, I think I prefer the Gears of War series over the Halo series. I don't really know why. It's just, I have always enjoyed the Gears of War series more than the Halo series. I mean, sure, Master Chief is the mascot of Xbox, but it's just something about this series that I enjoy more. I think I like the storyline more. I think I like the characters more, even though, like I said before, I play these games, I play the Halo games because, Master Chief is an icon. But, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because they hit me more emotionally, although Cortana's death from the 4th game really hit me hard. But, when it comes to these games, I really enjoy them. Hell, I put Gears of War 4 as my favorite game of 2016. I gave it a perfect score. I even said it's one of my favorite games of all time. I don't really think that anymore. I think it's a good game, but it's not the best in the series. Like, looking back on it, I do have some issues with that game. But all in all, I still think it's a good game. And I still have a poster for it. I mean, after I played games like Inside and Dark Souls 3, other games that came out in 2016, I changed my mind. But I still think it's a good game, but I thought this game was better than that. So yeah, Gears 5 certainly did not disappoint. It still has the brutal, bloody combat as ever, and it was great to see Marcus Phoenix and company back, and JD Phoenix from, of course, the 4th game, and Marcus Phoenix is once again terrifically voice acted by John DiGiamio, voice of Bender from Futurama and Jake the dog from Adventure Time. He is once again terrific in this game. Sorry, I almost said movie again, but he just he is just a really great Xbox One, Xbox Series mascot, and I've always really enjoyed his stories, and when it comes to the Gears series, I also really enjoy the characters. Like, I like Dom's story in Gears of War 2 and 3, those emotional moments where, his wife dies, from the 2nd game, and he sacrifices himself in the 3rd game. I really do miss the guy, but, it's great to see other characters get the spotlight. But, the graphics here, once again, are terrific. They look absolutely amazing. Now, one of the new features, outside from the other campaigns, is sometimes it goes into a semi-open world-ish perspective, like you glide around on this thing with your friends, and also you get this AI called Jack, who can, when you zoom into stuff, he can grab certain weapons for you, and you can also find component parts, so you can upgrade his abilities. Like, he can give you a shield He can stun enemies for you, and he can do certain things like he can hack into certain stuff, which was really cool. It's kind of like what the Destiny series should have been in terms of a good AI, but they really pulled it off with this one. If I could say one thing that is so satisfying is, of course, when you use your Lancer, so you can chainsaw those bad guys that you come up against. That's always a great time. I think the character of Kate was a really great new addition to this campaign. The campaign lasts around like 10 hours long. It took me like around like 5 days, given how much time I had to beat the main campaign. Sometimes I did get a little frustrated with some parts, but even on beginner mode, like there are some pretty unique bosses here. Like there's one that kind of references like the Berserker from the first game that can kill you in a couple of hits, except you can't use the Hammer of Dawn, which was pretty cool. The Hammer of Dawn does make an appearance in the game. I guess to say, in terms of nitpicks or issues I had with the game, sometimes when you're in combat, when you're in like cover-based combat, some of your enemies or some of your allies will run straight in front of you, like not knowing where to go, and you end up accidentally shooting them. Luckily, you don't kill them. They'll just say, "Hey, friendly fire over here." That did happen to me a couple of times. Also, the way it ends, it definitely leads up to another game, but it kind of ends a little bittersweet. I mean, there's no like really big epilogue or anything like that. Kind of like the ending to Halo 2, or kind of like the ending to the fourth game, although it's not as frustrating as the ending to Halo 2. But all in all, I think it ends. I thought the best ending in terms of the Gears series was definitely the third game to end like the entire Xbox 360 trilogy, because it really did bring everything to a close in terms of concluding that trilogy and making a whole new trilogy. It certainly did make the series feel a bit more like it's kind of going a bit more for the multiplayer. But of course, the single player campaigns are always fantastic, in my opinion, because I really enjoy the stories here. I feel like the games. One thing I really love about the games is how much heart they have to them, especially in this game. It does feel very emotional at some parts, especially where we get into those flashbacks with Kate, where she's like experiencing these moments, and of course the moments with your allies and stuff. Some will die, some will live. It's really going to depend, or at least near the end of the game, which I'm not really going to spoil anything here, because if you're a fan of the series and you haven't played it, I want you guys to experience it for yourself. Gears 5 definitely did not disappoint here. It's a pretty lengthy single player campaign with, of course, great new mechanics. Of course, there are some times where of course, like I mentioned, the AI with the allies and stuff, and of course the end scene. It's kind of hit or miss given how you play the game. But of course, all in all, it's a cinematic event that truly, or cinematic gaming experience once again. And that's another thing. I feel like these games are a bit more cinematic than the Halo series, which is why I prefer this over the Halo series. But all in all, this is still a great installment in the series. Maybe if I do get Xbox Live, I will play the multiplayer. But for now, I'm sticking with the single player campaigns. I still think it's worth every penny. Definitely play it if you own an Xbox One or PC, or if you're a fan of the series in general. I definitely recommend picking this one up. I'm gonna give Gears 5 a 4 out of 5. So yeah, I could have easily given it a higher spot, but kind of like Gears 4, it might grow less on me, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be a terrible game. The more I think about it, I still think it's worth your time and your money. I still think it's a great game, and I still think it's worth every single penny. And even though, and hell, maybe on Black Friday you might get it for sale, but I still think it's worth the $60. Hit or miss. But thank you guys so much for watching. I can't believe my birthday is on Saturday. Can you believe it? And there's 3 movies coming out that day, and Link's Awakening for the Nintendo Switch. I have a feeling it's going to be a really good birthday. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.